Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to HNM Technologies. This is the video 60, the final video, which is a Capstone project part 2, and I'll also what's next. In part 1, we built the data pipeline. Today, we're going to complete that one. So, which is saving the results to CSV and generate in a bar chart and clean up the data and run the full project. Then at the end, we're going to learn what next after this. So let's finish this. So in this video, we're going to do two things. First, working on a reporter.py and then updating the or main.py. Okay, firstly, work on a reporter.py. So now we generate our outputs from our analysis. First, we save the processed data into a CSV file. So I additionally import this matplotlib as a PLD, and then next we define the function to create a bar charts of our top 10 students on by average, and we also add a colors which is stale blue and top students for gold color. Okay, and then adding a value labels, and we also display the class average as a performance line, and as usual a grade distribution chart. So we have totally created three functions. One is for save results and for top students, and then grade distribution chart. So this is what we created here. Now it's time to updating our main code. So for extra, I need to import a reporter. So that's what we created here. See, from reporter we import save results and plot top students and grade distributions. All three functions we imported. So in last class we done up to step 4, which is a summary. Now it's time to update our step 5 is saving to a CSV, save results data frame, and then the main part step 6 is charts. So firstly we call this top students with 10 students and their grade distribution chart. At the end, I'm printing all done. Check results.csv and chart files. So let's run this. You can see after running, we get a pop-up like this, which is top students performance report. And also you can see class average is 65.4% with this red dotted lines. And then Priya, which is 77% top student with gold color. And the remaining above 75% we coded as a gold, and the remaining are of steel blue. Meera, Kiran, Vikram, Ananya, Ram, Arjun, and up to Divya, and their percentages and the average score up to 80. And that in the here bottom, right bottom, you can see. So x comma y equal to, I'm moving the cursor. You can see when I come to Ravi, so Ravi and Sita and showing XY axis, and we also have a grade distribution. So A grade students are 10% and B grade students are 60% and C grade students are 30%. And the output grade chart saved to grade png, all done. Check results.csv and the chart files. Okay, let's check. Yeah, you can see the files are created. So there's a grades file was created, and the results are also created here. So results.csv file with the name and their score in math, physics, chemistry, attendance, and a total, also average and a grade and a result, and also top students. So lastly, say a quick recap of what we done in this code, which is a code review and cleanup. So firstly, we done a modular structure, which is separating files for each concern. One loader.py, analyzer, and a reporter, and a main.py. And we also created a create data to generate our data. That is optional. If it already data is there in our CSV file, we need to create data. Okay, and then in loader.py we done file not for the error, and then we also convert the data types using a pd.to numeric, and we use clear doc strings for each function, and no hard coded paths, and separation of our data and presentation clearly to understand easily. This is what we done in this Capstone project. And next, let's see what's next after learning Python. So Python roadmap, what to learn next. In web development, we have a Django and Fast API. Django is a full-featured web framework. Instagram runs on it actually. Django is a ready-made backend system. You don't need to build everything from scratch. It gives you login systems and database handling, admin panel, and security. Everything it gives inbuilt. If you want to quickly build a complete websites like login systems, dashboards, portals, go for Django is your best starting point. And the Fast API, modern fast REST APIs. The Fast API is used when you only want to build APIs, which is a backend services, not full website. It's a very fast use in production systems and automatically creates API documentation, and great for AI and big plus a backend combination. Think of it's like if Django is like a full restaurant, and Fast API is like a fast food counter. A quick, efficient, and focused. Then you have a machine learning option. In machine learning, you have a sklearn and a TensorFlow. A sklearn, this is where a real intelligence starts. Predict a house prices, detect spam mails, classification. A sklearn is where you first feel Python can think. And TensorFlow, it used in AI like ChatGPT, image recognition, and working with neural networks. It is like moving from basic brain to artificial brain. And then you have data science. Here, more pandas, advanced, group by everything. You already know basics. Then you go to more deeper into the topics, group by analysis categories, and merge combine data sets, pivot, reshape data. This is where raw data become a meaningful insight. In the data science, you have also Seaborn. Seaborn helps you visualize the data clearly. If your data is boring, no one listens. Visualization makes people understand instantly using a Seaborn. And Jupyter Notebook, this is like a live coding notebook. Write code and see output instantly, add explanations. This is where a data scientist actually work day to day. A Selenium browser automation, you can control a browsers using a Python. Imagine filling 100 forms automatically. That's the Selenium. And then PyAuto GUI, it's controlling a mouse and keyboard. This is automates your entire system. It is like creating a robot that use your system or a computer. The airflow production tasks and scheduling used in companies for workflows, schedule tasks like data pipeline, daily, hourly, automatically, and deployment, Git and GitHub, track changes and collaborate, store project. Without a GitHub, your work doesn't exist for recruiters. Docker, that makes your app run anywhere. You don't need to worry about it works on only my laptop. It works for everywhere. Then AWS Azure. This is how your project goes to live. This is where a project becomes accessible to the world. So must and surely you need to do this immediately. Next step. So building a 1 to 3 projects from a scratch, and I hope if you want go for a tutorial again, watching learning, and if you seriously learn all the topics, you don't need to go for a tutorials again. Only tutorials give you comfort, products give you a confidence, so that's why you need to do at least 2 to 3 projects from scratch, and then next push them into your GitHub. Your GitHub in is your resume in nowadays. And most important thing, pick one path above and go deep into the topics. This is where you can aim clearly to the exact point. And finally, apply for internships and jobs. Don't wait to become a completely perfect. Start applying early, so you know learning from errors is one of the best way. Okay, and mainly you may get a experience while you're applying internships and jobs. If anyone, a recruiter will call you, you may get an interview experience. So this way it helps a lot to you. And finally, one thing, Python is not just a language, it's a career tool, but only if you build, apply, and go deep. So these last three or 4 steps you need to must and should follow after this. If you just keep learning, you'll stuck at the exact point. Start building, you start growing, and you start working. This is where growth, and that's it. Thank you for choosing HNM Technologies online training. Happy coding. Bye bye.